I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all the messages that are released on this channel are my truth. And that is exactly what it is and what it always will be, and that is my truth. My truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I have gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, I will not try to convince you that my truth is the gospel. However, my truth is the gospel for me, which does not make that the gospel for you. So I will not try to force anything upon you. By me placing these messages on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I have already walked. Now, if you resonate with those breadcrumbs and you say, okay, you know what, hey, I like that, I want to go this way, that's cool. If not, that's cool as well. So my purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. Now, with that being said, as I sit out here on this beautiful sunrise, it just helps me gain clarity with connecting. So, what are you connecting to? And it helped me realize, like, how we operate through life, and you go through and we find all these things that are not beneficial for us, but we connect with them anyway, i.e., music, food, people, things, habits, whatever the case may be. And when you're not connected to the right things, it's easy to connect with the wrong things. So we have choices on the things that will take us down the right path, but those things take work and effort. So it's easier to connect with the things that aren't good for us and give us pleasure in that moment that we pay for later. But as I said, those things are not good for you. So ultimately, the secret sauce is to get to that space where you have your ultimate peace, your ultimate happiness. There's two things you want to connect to. You want to connect to that which is within you, for sure. And it's not surface level. So that is within you. You're not going to be able to have a reality TV discussion with that within you. It's a lot deeper than that. So if you're on that surface level BS, then you're not going to connect with it. So it takes a conscious effort for you to go within and connect with that which is within. Now, you do that, guaranteed you're going to start having that peace and that love and that happiness. Then you want to put some sprinkles on top of that nice cupcake that you're building, is connect with nature. And in order to connect with nature, you got to get out into nature and commune with nature. All these things take your individual effort. There is no, hey, we're going to go out and together. No. That's nice. Absolutely. You absolutely can do that. But you still need to build an one-on-one relationship with inside of you and with nature. These are one-on-one experiences that you build with. You can do these things in groups. Cool. But this is you having your own individual experience. So it enhances that in a group when everyone can bring something different to the table, when everyone has connected individually already. You see? That's where you want to be at. So connect with nature instead of connecting with the world. The world is everything that's man-made. Now, sure, it exists within the world. You have no choice, but still connect with nature. So I just see how disconnected everyone is when they're not connected to anything, not connected to nature, and you're not connected within. So it's very easy to be lost. And I was a part of that as well. But what was lost once is now found. Good morning. Connecting with those that pass by. But everything emits energy, and it's up to you to connect with that energy. So if you're near a water source, that water has energy. You can connect with that water. You can connect with the sun. You can connect with the plants. You can connect with the ground. Everything has an energy. So once again, what are you connecting to? I was not connected to any of these things before. So as I said in the beginning of this message, this is just breadcrumbs, because I was not, I'm telling you, and that's why I'm very transparent and I'm very real on my messages, because I'll tell you stuff that I wasn't doing. I notice a lot of people, when they're giving content, they're telling you, they're speaking from where they are, and that's cool. That's exactly as they should be. However, I think, like, when I was lost, tell me, I want to hear that. What did you go through? Like, help me understand. Like, I understand you're trying to help me along the path. Like, what'd you go through? Like, help me relate, connect with you a little bit easier. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be real. Like, the stuff that I slipped up on and found out, okay, hey, you know what? This isn't the way. So you have to, if you want wisdom, true wisdom, you're going to make a lot of bad choices. Now, that's just a part of it. How else would you gain wisdom unless you find out how something doesn't go? That's how you know what works, is by finding out what doesn't work. So you're going to make bad choices. And the thing is, don't let those bad choices discourage you. As again, what are you connecting to? Because if you connect with that which within you, you're not going to give up. You're going to take it as a lesson, and you're going to grow. But if you disconnect it from that which is within you, you will float through and you will rely on things outside of you for clarity and your wisdom and so forth. I didn't have the luxury of being able to go to someone and connect with someone to gain clarity and wisdom through a lot of things. I had to gain that on my own. And I'm actually glad for that. That was intended to sink me and have me lost, but it actually made me stronger, because I wasn't in a position where I could ask questions. So I had to figure things out on my own, which ultimately led me to my favorite subject of science, because that's how you discover things. So that's how I connected to things, was, hey, what makes you you? And the only way, that's how I approach people as well, in my mind. What makes you you? Now, by doing that, I'm asking a question. So I'm not judging you. If I judge you, that means I already know something. That's saying I know. And if I'm walking up on you and I'm just meeting you, how can I know you? How can I judge you? I can't. I have to get to know you. But we live in a time where your appearance and how you look and this, that, and the other, what you got in your bank account, that is what people go off of, not what's on the inside of you, which is something that cannot be taken. So once again, what are you connecting with? So I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this sun. And I advise you to connect with something as well. And I will leave this message here. And as always, if you guys connect from this message, I ask that you hit the like and subscribe, and I will check in your next message.